29-year-old Nicholas Haug of Fergus Falls has been sentenced to 19 years in prison in connection to the murder of his brother Timothy Haug in Fosston in 2019. Nicholas Haug will be given credit for 1 year already served. For background on this story, here's our original report on June 4th of 2019.
We now have details regarding a murder in Fosston, Minnesota, early Sunday morning. Nicholas Haug has been charged with murdering his brother, Timothy Haug. He's been charged with one count of murder in the second degree intentional and one count of murder in the second degree unintentional. Each of those charges carries a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison. This from the criminal complaint. On Sunday at 3:44 a.m., the sheriff's office received a 911 call from somebody reporting that a male was passed out on a lawn near 412 8th Street Northwest in Fosston, and that another male was throwing things at the male. Deputies were dispatched to investigate. When en route to that location, the sheriff's office received another 911 call from someone reporting that a male was trying to break a window at 412 8th Street Northwest in Fosston. When the deputy arrived at the location, they saw one male standing in the road and another male laying on the road next to the curb. The deputy approached the male who was standing, and he was later identified as Nicholas Haug. The deputy noted that Nicholas Haug had blood on his arm, so he placed handcuffs on Haug. The deputy approached a male who was lying on the road and is later identified as Timothy Haug. It was Nicholas's younger brother. The deputy noticed a large amount of blood in the gutter near Timothy Haug and a large gash on Timothy Haug's head. Deputy Walker checked for a pulse but was unable to find one, even though Timothy Haug felt warm to the touch. The deputies began performing CPR on Timothy, but they were unable to revive him. Timothy Haug was later declared dead. The deputy then placed Nicholas Haug in the patrol car. While doing so, Nicholas Haug was uncooperative and stated, "Just kill me." The deputy could smell a strong odor of alcoholic beverage coming from Nicholas Haug. Haug was transported to the correction center in Crookston. The deputy then spoke to a witness, one of the first people to contact the sheriff's office regarding the incident, and stated that she had heard two males outside of her residence. She heard one male say, "Get up." After a while, she heard one male talking while the other one was moaning. She saw one male throwing something at the other male who was laying on the ground. She was not sure what the male threw at the other male, but it sounded like a pot. The male on the ground was not moving when the other male threw something at him. That was when she called the sheriff's office, and it sounded like the male also threw something at the house. Sheriff's investigator discovered a landscaping block outside a bedroom window at 412 8th Street in Fosston. The block was approximately 1 foot long, 6 inches wide, and 3 to 4 inches thick, and had what appeared to be blood on one corner and two sides of it. The block was located approximately 20 yards from where Timothy Haug's body was found. The investigator went to the correction center and seized the clothing that Nicholas Haug had been wearing, and he could hear Nicholas Haug yelling and swearing at the corrections officer. The investigator noted what appeared to be blood on the jeans and t-shirt that Nicholas Haug had been wearing. The investigator also applied for and was issued a warrant to search the person of Nicholas Haug. The investigator noted a number of superficial scrapes on Nicholas Haug's forearms, an area of his forearm with what appeared to be blood on it, but no nearby cut. Scrapes and cuts on the knuckles and fingers, and what appeared to be some blood near his left ring finger. Later in the day, an autopsy was conducted on Timothy Haug's body. The doctor noted extensive blunt force trauma to Timothy Haug's head. This included impact sites in the forehead, posterior front, and scalp, multiple fractures of the cranial vault and base of the skull, and multiple abrasions, contusions, lacerations of the face, including the nose and lips. Based upon this autopsy, the doctor concluded that Timothy Haug died as a result of craniocerebral trauma, and that Timothy Haug's death was a homicide resulting from an assault by another person.
Again, Nicholas Haug has now been sentenced to 19 years in prison after pleading guilty to one count of second-degree murder. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.